Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen, we are here on this celebrity legal issues news. Listen, we're going to go over day 4 of the ASAP Rocky shooting trial, okay? A lot of different things kind of happened all at once, and baby, I'm here to go over it. Okay. So I won't be showing any video clips of what happened, but what I will do, yeah, I'm going to let you all know what happened on this day, day 4 of this ASAP Rocky shooting trial. So what went on? So this was the day that ASAP Rocky, aka Terrell Efron, and it's scrolling down at the bottom of the page here. He went on. He was being cross-examined by the defense. And he became quite defensive quite early. And again, he's such an uncooperative witness. I mean, and what I mean by that, because before it was like he would say things, and I didn't, at first I had to uncooperative witness wasn't the words that I had before, because I kept saying he just kept talking. And because if you follow me online, I'd say it like this: first he's ASAP Rocky, then he's CSI Rocky, then at one point in the cross examination he became attorney Rocky. The second thing he became, then he was paralegal Rocky. Then through the cross examination he was pimp Rocky. He was entrepreneur Rocky. But through all of that, he couldn't recall none of it so far. So let's get into it. So ASAP Rocky's attorney, I think his name is Tapacoli. Don't quote me. He talked to him. He asked him questions, because at first I couldn't understand what he was doing. And then after I sat and marinated over it a little bit, I started to realize he's slowly pushing at his character. If you can't believe him in his day-to-day life, how can you believe him on what happened that night? How can you believe that what happened last night? Now, the thing that I know that the defense has working against him is the video showing ASAP Rocky with a what would appear to be a firearm. So that's working against them. However, they're trying to show that ASAP Rocky had no harm to him, even though he had the firearm with him. They're saying that it's a starter pistol, so therefore it didn't present any harm to ASAP Rocky. Now, here's what they picked apart. So they've been going back, starting even before the fight. They were picking apart what was going on between ASAP Rocky and ASAP Rocky. Now, you remember when the prosecution got up there and they spoke, it made it seem like ASAP Rocky texted ASAP Rocky to ask him where he was at. Where you at? We gonna meet. And so he gets up and says, it's ASAP Rocky. We weren't in a good place, but I figured he wanted to talk and rehash or whatever he thought he did. And then he went on to tell the story about what happened to him when he met up with ASAP Rocky, right? Well, come to find out, those text messages, ASAP Rocky deleted a lot of his portions of these text messages. So where we saw that it said ASAP Rocky said, "Hey, where you at? Let's meet up." That was in response to a message that ASAP Rocky deleted off his phone. Because this is what's key. He turned in his phone to the New York police. But prior to him doing that, he deleted messages. He deleted messages that he wrote. So when they got the phone and they went through his stuff, it looked like, and that's what the prosecution had, it looked like ASAP Rocky was goading him or baiting him to come when it wasn't. ASAP Rocky was responding to text messages that ASAP Relly sent. Something about you a pussy ass, such and such and such and such, whatever, whatever. It was a whole lot of stuff going on in those text messages. And so I think that the defense hit a point there that he's doctoring they have doctored records. So it's not happening how they say they happened. He didn't show up all innocent. He had already started some mess because now that made sense where he kept saying, well, because I couldn't understand if you knew somebody had a gun and you knew somebody had a knife, why are you following behind them? That is because you started the stuff. You started that via the text messages. He did that. Also, he was breaking down his credibility. The defense was trying to break down ASAP Relly's credibility because what he said in the preliminary hearing is not matching what he's saying now. Now, he kept saying, I don't recall, I don't recall. And the prosecution was doing their best to try to get some things not put on the record so that the jury wouldn't hear it, but the judge was not playing. Someone in the chat that I was in said, yeah, it was Blue. Shout out to Blue Minati. He said, this is the judge we needed in the YSL trial, because this judge is not, because both of the prosecution and the defense are very strong personality persons. And so he's like, no, we're not going to take that. We're not going to do that. There's going to be no long sentence objections. Make your objection via the law, and then we'll stop. ASAP Relly didn't win any points with the judge because the judge had to continuously admonish him about answering the question. ASAP Relly at one point was talking to ASAP Rocky, and that's why I said he was attorney Relly then. He was court clerk Relly, because he was wanting things read back to him. There was an instance where there was a voice recording, and they asked ASAP Relly, is this your voice? He goes into this tirade about, oh no, this is fake, this is AI. And then he realizes he wants to hear the rest of it because the judge, had it stricken from the court. So it's like, no, you can't use it. He's like, well, I really want to listen to what the rest of it says. They're like, no, if you said it's not you, it's not important. But if I listen to the rest of it, what do you need to listen to the rest of it for? You said it wasn't you, so let's move on. So the defense talked about, went over with him about his business, because apparently he did some text on Instagram. And then again, ASAP Relly he gives me like I said, he doesn't appear like he's the brightest bulb, but he is a manipulator. He tried to manipulate the court because they were talking about his Instagram, and he's like, you're trying to put my life in danger by going through my Instagram? Fool, you're already in court and people see you. How is going through your Instagram a problem? You said that you've been canceled. How is going through your Instagram a problem now? That has been on your Instagram page since 2021 when all this happened. And he kept saying, oh, it's been 3 years ago. I don't remember. I don't recall. It's been 3 years ago. The defense attorney said all of this happened 3 years ago, because he can remember clearly his role as a CSI, but he can't remember nothing else that started up to it. But they got him on deleting messages and trying to, before he gave his phone to the police in New York, they got him for deleting messages. So we now see that the way he explained how they got together wasn't how they got together. Now, if Rocky's attorney can cash in on that by saying he was the aggressor, ASAP Rocky was just in a way trying to protect themselves. But again, they do have to contend with the video showing ASAP pulling the gun out. ASAP Relly did win a couple of points when he said, when the defense attorney was asking who was pushing who, ASAP Relly said, "Oh no, it was him pushing me. I wasn't pushing. It was him. Can't you see his hand?" So I think they're going to dispute what we actually can see in the video, the clear video. The grainy video, I don't know what to say because I can hardly see it. I don't know if the defense can hardly see it, but I know that I can hardly see it. So we'll be able to figure all that out. I do want to say that the defense did pull out uh, to kind of get the jury to question Efron's character. He was able to put in about him being broke when he said he was rich. It's about getting money, and he was like, "No, it's not about that. That's not what it means." He also put in the fact that his girlfriend had given him $24,000. Uh, he also put in some information from his. There was a call between ASAP Rocky, looks like ASAP Bar, I think is what he says, and ASAP Relly. Now, ASAP Relly claims he doesn't remember. He wasn't on the phone, but apparently it was a FaceTime conversation, and he was present during this FaceTime conversation. So he couldn't weasel out of that one. So we got him with the text messages. We got him. They're talking about his character, about his different businesses, because at one point they were talking about some of the real estate that he owned, some of the stuff that he had, and how he was all these in these different business ventures. First, he was talking about, he has equity and all this other stuff. And then when you find out that possibly he was part of a prostitution business, he run around here with that booty equity, according to somebody in the chat. Shout out to Cat Not Williams in her chat, because I was dying laughing. Something about the booty equity and all this other stuff. Because I had streamed the morning time, but I couldn't stream the afternoon because I keep telling y'all life's over here. And so what I thought was going to take a couple of hours literally took about 35 or 40 minutes. So by that time I was like, I'm not going to go back on and stream the rest of it. I was in another chat enjoying it from that viewpoint. And I won't be streaming on Friday because life continues to life, and I got a lot of errands and things I need to run, so I won't be able to stream it like I want to, but I'll be joining chats from the places that I'm going to be. Overall, y'all, cross-examination is going to continue to on day 5. The defense is going to continue to cross-examine ASAP Relly. I will tell you, they have him flustered because he's starting to get caught up in so many different things. He is trying to control everything in that courtroom. He can't control nothing. And here's what I'm saying. He is very fervently listening to, because he's fervently listening to the prosecution to see where and I wish the judge would, every time when the defense is up trying to get a point across, the prosecution jumps up about, oh, well, this the evidence, we stipulate to this, because they don't want certain things to be put on the record. And I don't know if the defense was a little sly, because they're trying to be as cooperative as possible. But I think that they should put everything on the record. If ASAP Relly said something in the preliminary hearing that he's saying differently, the court reporter should read that into the record to let the jury hear it. Because there are things that he said in the preliminary hearing, because I did not watch that whole thing. I only watched maybe like when people did snippets of it. But there are some things that the defense attorney is saying that he said in the preliminary hearing that he's not saying right now. And they're stipulating to it. Just basically they're coming to an agreement that he did say that. But I want you to read it. I want to hear what he stipulated to, what ASAP Relly stipulated to. All right, people, I didn't want to make this thing long because, again, we're going to get back on the case. But the points that you need to take out is that, again, ASAP Relly was in the courtroom trying to manipulate and cast different aspersions or try to make his story seem different than what it is. Because once you start pressing him for the details, he gets mealy mouthed. He doesn't recall anything. But if you're pressing him details about what he thinks somebody else did, oh, he can snap those. He can remember all those things. But the stuff that he does, he can't recall. See, he can't recall if he had $4,000 in his bank account in 2021. He can't recall if a woman gave him $24,000. He can't recall if he had some real estate and some business things and stuff. He can't recall all of that. But he can recall real quick. He can't recall where somebody was or how he felt in the moment that something happened. He doesn't understand those questions. When it calls for a simple yes or no answer, he's trying to give you a monologue. The judge admonishes him for those monologues. He's trying to review evidence that he said that no longer is pertinent to the case, i.e., the voice message that was left, and he said it wasn't him. You know, he wants to, and he's playing that Donald Trump thing. Oh, this is fake news. This is AI. But then you want to hear the rest of the telephone call. If it's not you, you're not going to hear the rest of the telephone call. But if I hear it, maybe I can understand. What are you trying to understand? There's no need to go on the rest of that questioning because you said it wasn't you. A mess. A mess. All right, people, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, what are you thinking about this testimony given by ASAP Relly? He is in the middle of cross-examination, and it looks like he's going to continue to get through cross-examination. Y'all, through this whole trial, we've only had 3 witnesses. Officer Zizzo, Leah Elizabeth Martin Brown, and ASAP Relly. And we still have what? About 10 more days of trial? Ooh, child, y'all let me know how you feeling about this case. Again, right now, they're picking apart ASAP Relly's character. They're picking apart his story. They're picking apart his motivations. They're doing it a little haphazardly. However, I will give the defense grace because the prosecution is trying to stop their case. He's not trying to. I'm not sure if the defense attorney, I would assume that he has the right to practice in that state, but the prosecution seems to be trying to pick at him with procedurals that are probably different from New York. He's trying to pick apart at him with the procedurals and everything like that. And I think that's what's holding him up because he doesn't want, they realize that ASAP Relly is not the best witness. He's just not he's not the best witness because he's self-grandizing and he's there's another word, but I can't pull it out right now. Anyway. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye. ASAP Relly got too many jobs. I wonder if he's got any Caribbean descent because he's ASAP Relly, CSI Relly, Attorney Relly, Judge Relly, Pimp Relly. He got too many jobs, child. Too many.